had him for me. Okay, we're called to order. We've got, 1, 2, 3, 4 of us here.
Yes, ma'am.
So we got enough to meet. You have the minutes in front of you. Is there anything, we received those electronically. Is there anything that needs to be added, deleted, or otherwise fixed? If not, I'll entertain a motion to accept.
I'll make a motion to accept.
We're all excited not to do it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Guests. All right, splash pad update.
Splash pad update. Of course, we've had a lot of rain, guys, and it's kind of soupy and messy out there. Today was the first good day we've had in a while. There is a shortage of resin that they use to make the insulation on wire, some of the pipe that we need, and he's having a part that we need to finish the drain is on back order, so we're waiting on that. Other than that, I was there today. They've got the ground wire set up, the gravel, the nozzles all hooked up. Everything's ready for concrete to be poured. Just waiting on the inspector to inspect our electrical connection, and he's supposed to be on site Friday. So hopefully we'll pour concrete Monday. And we had one bid today for the construction of the bathroom.
Was today the opening of the bids or the
It was.
ending? Okay, was just curious.
Today was it.
Couple hours ago.
Okay, all right. Okay, painting the basketball pads, Foursquare hopscotch update.
Haven't started yet. Same reason, weather. I got a lot on my plate right now. Probably June, the community center will be closed down for HVAC upgrade. School's out, no teen center. It's probably going to give me, and I hope to hire a seasonal parks helper. Weed eating and stuff. So that should free up some of my time and I can get that stuff painted.
Okay,
Got a bunch of ideas for the trail like we were talking about, and which is just a big project. It just takes some time, free
Yeah.
time. The seniors still are on me about their shuffleboard courts. I have all the paint and supplies to paint their shuffleboard courts next to the paint that you gave me. But I'm not going to even attempt that until after the HVAC's done and the splash pad's completely out of the way because they store stuff in the east hall, which is
Right.
where I'll be painting the shuffleboard. So, plenty of rainy day projects, and when things are a little slow, I'll have plenty of stuff to keep me busy.
okay. Do you need help with any, like when you get ready to paint, if you'll shoot us a, if it's something
yeah.
solid to paint, I'll help you. But if it's something I gotta
Well,
paint,
when I
that's
paint
gotta
the-
be intricate, you can
I
forget
paint the
it.
basketball pads. That's what we're pretty much what we're going to do. I'm going to tape out geometric shapes and the lines of the basketball pad.
I'm
We're gonna
painting
make
the
it purple,
lines.
so we can. I can use help when it
Yeah,
comes.
shoot us and let us
I will.
know when you're gonna do that. And
Okay.
if, if I'm not,
We'll pick colors and just say you fill in this block this color.
yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
I can't draw a straight line with the ruler, but if
I'll draw the
you
straight
draw
lines.
the straight
I'll
lines,
draw the
I can
straight lines.
paint. All right. Next, the Wet and Wild.
We had tentatively picked June 19th, last meeting that we had, on April 14th. And Cedric had mentioned that he had a name of a different provider in the event that I could not. My guy cannot satisfy that date. He's booked up plumb through August on the weekends. He's got some weekdays available. The unit usually costs us $350. The company that Cedric referred me to is $600 for a couple of hours, not even all day. Okay. So I've nixed that and have thought that ever since I've known Wet Wild, it's always been on a weekday. This was the first time we did weekend. It was because of summer school. I know there were some issues. And I just thought that maybe we revert back to the weekday, Wednesday, the 16th, and we do it from 3 to 7.
I was gonna look real quick just to see when the summer camp, what time
It
it
would be
ends.
after.
Yeah,
I
that
know,
would be after.
but if it ended earlier, we
Yeah.
could start earlier.
Yeah.
I was just gonna look up the time real quick. Cause I haven't paid much attention. to be honest.
Something of that nature, guys. I'm not dead set on that date, but I just picked something that way we would have an idea. And that's, like I said, historically, it's always, I never could attend because I had to work at the bank. It was always during a weekday.
Mhm.
Usually Wednesday for some reason. I think.
It was Wednesday. That's why I've kind of settled. I went back and found all the times we've always done it on a Wednesday.
And I thought at least 3 to 7, and if that's the case, more parents will be available to, it might be a better turnout altogether.
Mhm.
Yep. Possibly.
Okay, Star Summer Camps, let's see if it has times. K7, June 7th through July 2nd. That one doesn't have time on it. We can. Thought they might have the times.
I think the CDC and Ms. Moranci has always paid for the slide, I believe, in the years past for this first event. And I'd like to be able to secure it once we've picked a day and get with Ms. Donna and ask her, is she still game to do this? And if so, is she would write Jumpin' James a check. And I'll go ahead and have him prepared to set it up on that day. Now, and I'm not opposed to having it all day that Wednesday, but I thought that maybe some of the younger kids that do elementary school might have a chance to play on it without the bigger kids running them ragged on it. You know what I mean? It's just,
They're in camps too.
they have summer camps as well.
It's K through 7th.
Okay, so it's not the
Right.
bigger kids that don't have it, and they're rough on it anyway, so I'm not really worried about them. So, yeah, I'm just want to make sure the little kids have some kind of opportunity. So I would be okay. I mean, I know it puts extra hours on my day too, but 3 to 7, a couple extra hours.
Yeah, well, I was looking to see if it ended before 3. I'm not having much. Here we go. It just has the dates. It doesn't tell me times. Let me check my principal email real
I checked
quick.
with Misty too. She says she can't think of anything on that day that would interfere with it.
I just
Good.
thought like if school ended at 1, we could start at 2
I think
or
it's a good idea
something.
to start right after they're out.
Yeah, because you might catch them right as they're getting out, but once parents get them home,
Uh-huh.
all right, let me check one more place real quick. Summer camp.
Well, I could tell Jumpin' Jay, he charges me an all-day price. I mean, he's not going to limit me to the amount of hours I have. He drops it off in the morning and picks it up that night. So
Right,
if I tell him that we want to do it from noon to 7, I think he would be okay with that too. And it can be set up and waiting for the event they do get out. You know, if anybody is not, homeschool kids or somebody else want to come play on it until 3 o'clock, I'm good with that too.
Yeah, I don't have anything as far as I know. We had practice on Mondays and Tuesdays, so
And I have,
We should be
my
open
teen center
Wednesday.
assistant's fixing to get let go because I'm not going to have teen center through the summer, but I can let her know that I'm going to have this date and she can be available to assist that day. I don't mind paying her to come in on that day because I'll have, a few extra hours I can offer her throughout the summer for scheduled events. I just need to know when to tell her so she can prepare as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
hey, I'm at a Parks and Rec
I
meeting.
should
Can you
be
tell
able-
me
I always have
on
at
the
least 2
summer
or 3
camps
that are
that they're
looking for
doing?
community
for
service, which year,
kindergarten
but
through
I'll
fifth
put it
grade?
out there
What
and
is the
see.
ending time on that,
Can't get a
of
few
the
more that
day?
day too to help out. Just let them come for a couple hours at a time or something.
But
Okay.
can they not? Maybe some of the kids might need some more hours.
Right, because we've got an event. coming
community
up in
hours,
Place
maybe-
that we wanted to.
Yeah,
Maybe we
start
could
right
see
at-
if
we'd
the
love
high
to
school got
start it
anybody
before
want to come
the
out and
kids
help
come
that day.
We will. That's who I usually have is some
Okay,
cheerleaders.
I'll let them
and
know. Thank
some,
you. Bye-bye.
DI kids. or
They get out
somebody
at
shows up.
2:30.
They get out at 2:30.
So we can start at 2:30
Yeah.
and catch them,
Yeah.
because once those parents get them home, they're not gonna
Yeah.
come back. So we might want to
Okay.
start at 2:30. That's the time they're getting out.
So what, I can check with Jumpin' James tomorrow, make sure that the 16th is available, because whenever he asked me what day, I told him, don't let me give you a date yet, let me talk to my people, and so I'll talk to him tomorrow.
Well, let's go ahead and just pick 2 dates.
I'm good with the
That
16th.
way, if the 16th, if he says, no, I'm booked up that day, you'll have another one
Then I would say
already.
the 23rd,
Okay.
16th and the 23rd are both
Okay.
Wednesdays. I think this could be my best shot to get the slide, because Wednesday, nobody ever wants to do anything on Wednesdays.
Okay, so let's put down June 16th,
All to 2:30.
Uh-huh.
and then an alternate of June 23rd.
You can go play in the water then.
2:30 till,
2:30 to 7.
okay,
That way I can tell Jumpin' James, that way they'll be there at 7 to pick it up.
Yeah,
They'll,
yeah.
they'll come take it off my grass.
right,
Yeah,
right.
call and check on
But that way, if it's booked up the 16th,
I have a
then
23rd shoot
then you
for it.
can say, check this one, without us having to come back
you.
together or come back to meet. So that ought to take care of that. And I can probably come help because I can sneak out a little early. and come
It
help
seems like the
Jeff.
biggest need for help is, requires, and And I did it last year, I'll do it again this year. Somebody needs to go to the top of the slide.
I ain't doing that.
Because
I'll do
they get up there and
anything
they
else.
act foolish up at the top of the slide, and it's hard
Because
because
they
it's
think
so
you
big.
can't get to
You
them.
can't get to them. So last year I set at the top of the slide, and then my problem was, well, they get to the bottom, they stay in the receiving pond. It's like, you got to get out because you can't go down until you get out. You know, so I
Right.
need
One at the
somebody at the
top,
bottom,
one
and somebody at the top.
Yeah.
I got Mr. Patton going to the top.
This
Just
Pat will
sit
get
up
him.
there and relax, like, all right, you go.
Go down.
Get you a stick,
You
Larry.
get stepped on a lot when you're up there, Larry.
Stick,
Okay, now you get stepped on a lot.
We can put some cheerleaders or somebody up there. We want some
gonna whoop
kids up there. Older kids up there. That'll help with
Yeah,
that.
That'd be fun. All right, so you got 2 dates,
I do. I'm good with both.
and that
I'll
way
work that out tomorrow.
we'll go with the 16th, and if for some reason they're booked up, we can go ahead with the next one.
I'll have water balloons.
Okay.
I'll have those.
I've got-
Should I get some freezing pops?
I'll get, let me make it my list, and I'm gonna get, I've got us some ordered us if it comes in. If not, I'll have to it's been hard to get stuff. I mean,
I've
back
got-
order, but I'm getting some sidewalk chalk.
Okay. I've got a little sidewalk chalk at the center, and I have 2 little kiddie pools. You know, I know they're not a lot of money, but if I don't have to buy anything, it'd be great. You know, if anybody knows anybody who has any kiddie pools or any
You
help
should
blow up
have more
stuff,
than 2 kiddie
I bet
pools
you there's
over
still
there,
some in storage in Dolores's.
they might be somewhere else. I just have 2 at the center.
because
We would go pick him up at her house. I remember
Okay.
in the past.
I'll ask it. I'll ask
check
to
and see it, but now, not last year, the year before, I bought some. I found them after our event
Uh-huh.
and gave them to Thomas. They should be new in the box. Like
Okay.
these are, you
Are
would
they
have
blow
to,
up,
they are,
inflatable, or are they, because the only ones I got that are the little blue plastic brown ones.
these are, I don't know, I never took them out of the box,
Okay.
but I don't think they're inflatable. I think you just set them down and fill them up.
Okay.
Like the sides just come
All right.
up. I don't think they're inflatable. I think they're just,
I'll look around.
but I found them somewhere afterwards and I bought them and gave them to Thomas. So they may be somewhere over there in a box.
I'll look around.
Um,
Been through most of the stuff pretty good, but I'll look around and make sure I haven't overlooked them.
Now, do you have, you've got a freezer, I can
I
just
do
bring
have a
these to
freezer.
you and you can, you can do that?
I
Okay,
do.
I'll get them to you way before then, so they'll have time to freeze.
There's a remote possibility for Wet Raw Day that I might have leftover hot dogs depending on the turnout at the disc golf grand opening. He just gave me a good deal on the stuff. And I thought, well, if we don't use them, I'll keep them, just keep them in the refrigerator at the center. And if possible, we might have hot dogs too. Just depends how many I have. I hope we have a good turnout on the 22nd.
Is that May 22nd?
It is.
Okay, I'm just gonna add it to my
A
calendar.
week from Saturday.
Kate, remind me, okay?
I almost sent out reminder
Tomorrow night,
emails as
tomorrow
we get
night.
closer.
No, that,
What time?
No, I-
The
I-
grand
I-
opening, well, that's the next thing.
yeah,
on the
I
list,
can't
so-
remember
Okay,
nothing.
oh, sorry. All right, the disc golf.
Okay, so on our new business grand opening for the disc golf, so far I've made a video. I don't know if y'all have seen it on Facebook. I have a video posted, and yeah, if y'all have it, go to the Parks and Rec page, view it, share it, get it out for me. Got some flyers like this. I'm gonna put one at the pizza place, one at the bank. Just pick them on as much glass as I can.
We should, between me and Victoria, do like a text. a couple
Mhm,
times for
yes.
next Saturday.
An event text as well, and then I'm gonna send out some reminder emails. I have sent out emails to the schools. Mike Mitchell, who is the arts director, was the one who set me up with Sean Sinclair, who was the professional disc golf course designer who kind of guided me along in the beginning. I've emailed him because they're doing some kind of disc golf team at the middle school or something. They got catch baskets and they're trying to implement disc golf into their stuff, so having a place where you can actually play the game close by is going to be very beneficial to them. So they're supposed to make a presence out there as well. I've talked to Miss Moranci and asked her to ask somebody from Arrow Lake Foundation to be there as well, because they donated the catch baskets originally that were put at, Halong Wall. And I'd like them to see where they are now. And I've painted them and I've cleaned them up and had them repaired, and it's really nice out there right now. I haven't think my guys been riding his four-wheeler out there as much either.
Not much.
I haven't caught him anymore. I was catching him pretty regular and finding
So you had to
the
come on.
signs of him haven't been there, and I haven't seen it lately. So
Maybe
come on
can't
through
get
there on
gas right
Sunday.
now.
I need to write it. I can't post them in there.
Noon, is that what I'm reading? Noon?
yes, I'm sorry. It is
Okay.
from 12 p.m. till 2.
I have a set of disc golf discs that I'm gonna raffle off. All you have to do is put your name in the bucket, and before we're over, I'm gonna give it away to somebody. It's $50 value. Got a bunch of hot dogs, chips, water, cola, and Diet Cola from Jeff Tegens, and see, they gave me a cost. So,
You gonna grill them out there?
fire department's gonna come out there and they're gonna cook
Okay.
them up for me.
Great.
And, I'm gonna bring the sound system out there and plug it up and have some light music going on and hot dogs and chips and drinks. I
Yeah,
have some discs that belong to the community center. There's 9 of them, 3 putters, 3 mid-range, and 3 drivers. They're really weird to play. I mean, because if you try and hum a putter, like for your driver, they look just the same, different color. It barely goes anywhere. You know, it's weird how they works. But so I have 3 sets that people can play around with while they're out there if they don't have their own. The chance to win their own set, and just want people to come check it out. It's pretty nice.
Can I see that paper?
Sure. And it's a lot of fun. I went out Easter Sunday and played with my daughter, and I'm not very good at it. Took me 70 throws for the 30 par course, so I was about 40 over par.
Who won?
Mila quit pretty soon after the beginning. She was like, "I'm never good at this at all." I said, "I'm not either, Mila." So, but there has been a lot of interest in the beginning. People that were complaining about where the disc golf course was, and that, you know, it's terrible. It's always wet. It's, you know, we have a disc golf course here, but it's no good. Well, we have one now that is good.
good.
It's challenging. You know, it's you don't have to worry about your feet getting wet while you play. You're not gonna sink in the
I'm more up and can't move.
you're not gonna sink in the swamp. It's 100% right now. I've almost finished the kiosk sign. The only part I have left to do is paint the catch baskets donated by Arrow Lake Foundation and landscaping donated by the Maury County Visitor Center. Other than that, the kiosk board is completely hand painted and ready to go. I'm gonna paint that in script. I needed a minute to hit before I do that.
Well, and I think too, even though it's in Mount Pleasant, I would probably invite the county mayor.
Of which,
Since the Visitors Bureau, I mean, I would invite the county mayor.
I have invited, I told Aaron about it, and then, of course, I invited them, and I have posted it with the Milltown Disc Golf, which they have a club, and they primarily play at Woodland Park and at the college, and they have tournaments and games and stuff, and I just built a new one. You know, you should come check it out. Yeah, you have to work.
Because he may broadcast some of that on his Facebook page, which would get
So that
some
Andy or Lee?
outside of
And it's the county.
the
And
county. Yeah, that would get some people out of Mount Pleasant aware that it's here.
I will take care of that tomorrow as well.
Plus, I have to aggravate and send him stuff. So, keep him busy, make him earn his pay. All right.
Don't really need a lot of volunteer help for that day, I don't think, because there's not really anything going on really for the most part. You know, I'm gonna bring the microphone out there so I can, you know, raffle off the thing and give props to Arrow Lake Foundation and Maury County Visitors Bureau for supplying the stuff. But I would like some folks to come out there, you know, so,
I should be there.
and bring some folks with
Just
you.
want to separate.
I just bring all my children. I got
Bring-
plenty.
No, that's what I want you to bring. Bring Dakota and let them play.
What do you got now?
I'll be out of town. Sorry, I have a
Check it
wedding.
out.
I have a wedding to attend.
I don't have
Check it out at a
that for
different time.
I will.
It's got a bathroom, the
You
bathrooms
ain't
are
gonna cook the
clean,
boat of it either.
stocked and supplied. Not like the baseball. Never is there gravel in my urinal or my toilet ever. Ever, never. Okay?
Is there even gravel out there? There may not be any different.
There is,
Right, I mean,
there
there's
is
nothing to
stuff
play
that,
with.
there would be, if
Okay.
you wanted to damage the bathroom, you could. And it's never, it's always clean. Whoever's taking it, I change the wallpaper quite often. Somebody's using it, but it looks like they're cleaning it after themselves when they use it. I was like,
Keep it in the
do it. Thank you very much.
Yeah. All right, good. Some good positive stuff.
It's positive, yeah.
That's what we need. The newspapers, we need to make sure that the newspaper knows.
Yeah, I need to do that too.
Add that
What's
to-
his name? Mike Christian?
Yeah, it's almost impossible to get the Herald to do anything.
Well, I'll call Mike, so. Ask him if he will. Maybe show up.
We just need, I mean, if it's something bad, they show up in droves, but we need some positive stuff in the news. All right, the bleachers at Brewer Barker.
So, I know it says old new bleachers or new old bleachers, so They're due to the ballpark. They're old bleachers. I had asked Eric Perriman about the bleachers before they took the top section off, and I never got a response. I talked to Ryan. He said, "Oh, I talked to Eric because I tried to talk to Eric. Can you please help me out?" And I never heard from Ryan again until Ryan called and asked me to take the tree out of the building. I said, "What about my bleachers? Have you found anything about the bleachers?" He said, "No, but I'll look into it again." Well, I happen to be talking to Ray, the Parks Director for
Elroy.
Alray at Murray County, about the picnic tables, because I'm trying to get picnic tables. He said, "Well, we're not ready to give them to you yet. We're still using pieces and parts off of them." He said, "I don't know how many good ones are going to be." I said, "Well, so man, I can't get the picnic tables, and I can't get the bleachers from behind." I said, "What bleachers?" He said, "The football field, the old bleachers." He said, "I might can help you with that." And he called me a little later on after. He said, "Where are you at?" I said, "I'm at the dog park, cleaning up the dog park." He said, "Can you run over to the community center by the bleachers?" I said, "Yes, sir, I'll be right there." Got there and there was a gentleman there by the name of Melvin. I can't remember what his last name is right now, but he and his organization had something to do with the donation of those bleachers a long, long time ago. They really belonged to him and his organization. And the top part, what they've done is they've disassembled it and they're going to use it to repair other bleachers around Murray County as they need to. The part you sit on, the part you put your foot on. And they had gotten the top section already disassembled and they just had the bottom section there, which is 5 rows tall. He said, "I can have that, but according to ordinance, you can't be over four sections high, or you got to have a chain link fence behind it and railing and all that stuff." And it's 5 right now. So he wants the top seat and the next foot portion, and he wants me to cut that off and get those back to him, and I can have the rest. It's okay. That's all he had to say. I got the Dixie Youth guys to come out there, and it was exciting. But we got them moved. We got them moved in 4 pieces. We didn't take them apart because they thought that would be way too much trouble to put them back together. So we wiggled them back and forth, and we got them to separate into 4 chunks, and we moved them over on Will Hutton's big old trailer that he has, and we have them sitting over at the park now. So we have bleachers out there, but I still need to get them put together, back assembled, and get that top piece cut off. So I'm not finished with them, but they're there. We'll have additional seating pretty soon
Right.
at no cost to the city.
And no cost to do for you.
Free is good.
And they're very expensive. You know, I mean,
Yes,
those
they
bleachers are very, for the little bitty sections, like $2,000, you know, and,
Pay for them.
and our sections are now, they're big, you know, I mean, we've got as much as what they have at the small field, the big, we've got that much now, again, so we can put that over at the big field and get those little sets and maybe
Maybe around somewhere, we'll figure
put
something.
them at Howard Field, or wherever we need them at, you know, I mean, I know they're Dixie Youth, so I mean, we keep them wherever, but I mean,
Figure it
there'll be plenty of seating at the ball fields now.
out.
I don't know if y'all have noticed, but the tournaments have worked out pretty good. You know, that there's been significant amount of people there, and they did not realize they needed to roll the blue cans up to the dumpster. So and Dixie Youth acted like they didn't know they needed to do that too. So the blue cans that were way out in the field during the last big windstorm we had blew over, and trash blew over, and Dixie Youth was real quick to call and say that the travel teams had left trash all over the field. And I was like, nah, I was out there Sunday moving the bleachers around and that wasn't there. That happened Sunday night, and I'll pick it up and I'll remind him that he needs to roll those up to the dumpster. That way they can get picked up. And somebody from Dixie U said, we got to roll those to the dumpster. I said, if you actually think that our trash people are going to stop the trash truck, walk out to the baseball field and pull that blue can up to the thing to dump it, it's going to stay full forever. You got to get it up to the dumpster. Put it in front of the dumpster. That way they have to dump it before they can dump the dumpster. You know, so and right now I think that's occurring.
And it probably wouldn't have mattered where they were Sunday night because that was
They blew
awful
over
wind.
everywhere.
It would have blown over
Yeah.
wherever they
Yeah.
were sitting.
They have went out and got the blue trash cans before. They've not always had to be put up there. So that may be why, but they have before gotten them. But
And
get
then,
them wherever they need to get them. Well, that way we get the
You
trash
roll
taken
up,
care
yeah,
of.
I have 1 can at Arrow Mines, and if it's out by the pavilion, it'll stay full forever. I have to roll it up to the road so they'll pick it up. And we're fixing to have a flipper truck, and if they're not out by the road, they're never gonna get picked up. Because there won't be anybody on the truck to roll it.
Yeah.
With the driver. So it's definitely a process or a policy we need to start making sure if I rolled them all up to the front of the dumpster the other day, and they got emptied that same day, it was garbage pickup. And I rolled them
all right back by the red building, and now they're all back out of the park where they should be. Yeah, that way trash gets put in them. But Friday nights or Saturday nights after we're finished, you know, they get rolled up, which would be the travel team for the most part, because they're gonna be the last ones to use them, you know? And I'll talk to Patrick about that.
All right.
That's all I have, guys.
All right.
Unless y'all have anything that y'all need of me.
Pepper alluded to the June community center being down because of the HVAC.
Mhm.
$160,000 worth. All of the heating and air conditioning is all being replaced. It's overdue and it's gonna make a big difference in our bills
So
and comfort out there and
keep it warm in the wintertime. You know, we all know how it just works because you have your returns in your walls or your floors that you're on, correct? So the hot air that rises to your ceiling and the return is down low, it pulls the hot air back through your house and it keeps some of the hot air down low. Well, the returns at the community center are in the ceiling. So the hot air rises to the ceiling and it sucks it right out of the ceiling and puts it right back up to the ceiling. So there's never any hot air, warm air moving around the West Hall. It is to get it 58 degrees in the West Hall this winter cost me $4,000.
so it was never built the way it should have been built. So it's gonna be a big.
This is gonna be great, guys.
Everything's just done. I don't know.
Then I wanted to let you all know, I'm sure most of you know, Lieutenant Bullock, who passed away, he was a wonderful, wonderful person. The city's trying to raise money to put a park bench at the splash pad.
A memorial
in honor of
bench.
Him and then we'll, once we get that out there, put a plaque on it, we let his family know and they can come out and see it. So there'll be something probably on Facebook, trying to go fund me or something to collect money for that.
They've got
How
an
much is
expensive
the
bench.
bench?
The least expensive bench that we can find is right around $650, and it's not a nice bench. If you get a nice bench, they're about $1,000. And that doesn't include the memorial plaque or the concrete the bench sits on, okay? The memorial benches that we have at Arrow Mines Park, the three that are out there, those benches, those were $550 when they were purchased a few years ago. That same bench right now is $800 and something dollars. I got a quote today from a subcontractor who was wanting to build the roof on our bathroom, splash pad bathroom once we get the building built. And I was like, I'll need a roof. I need a whole building, man. And his quote for just the metal that goes on the roof is $20,000, well, $17,900.
Yeah.
That's like
That won't be our vendor.
$17,900 just for the metal that would go on that roof.
I don't think there'll be any problem getting that money, $1,000, $1,500, whatever it takes to get it all taken care of. I don't think it'll be a problem to get it out.
Just all we have to do is get the word out.
Mm-hmm.
I think so too.
I don't think
And,
it'll
you know,
be a
and the desire to put it at the splash pad, I think is great because we're going to need benches out there eventually.
Mm-hmm.
And at least one would be a great start.
Yeah.
Even if it's a memorial bench.
Yeah, exactly.
And I heard George was really fond of children. I
Yeah.
didn't know Mr. Bullock, but yeah, I heard he was fond of children and did a lot for the community. So great place to have it, I think.
Okay. Anybody got anything else? If not,
No, not yet. Working on some, but not
all
yet.
right. We need a motion to adjourn.
I motion that we adjourned.
That's old Walderson over there.
Yeah, War Alderson said we adjourn, get out of here.
I need a second.
I'll second.
All right. And they're all in favor and out of here. All right, there's your signed one. There's your paper, the paper clip, she would kill you. Paper clip it. There's your pen.